Hi guys, this is Mary. Welcome back to Cardz TV. I got the laundry done. I've got dinner in the slow cooker, so I decided I wanted to make a card and do some coloring. And this is the card I made. We're not going to make the card today. We'll make it in the next video. But I've just got my little flower pot and my flower on here flat. This is a craft colored piece of cardstock made into an A2 size card, and I just cut some white strips of cardstock and measured and put these on where I wanted, and I'll show you how I did that in the next video. I used Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp my sentiment, and my little flower pot, my flower, and my sentiment came from the Cardz TV Pretty Posy stamp set. This is one of my favorites. This is not my actual set. If you saw mine, it is well loved, guys. It's very stained because I use it almost every day. So that's the one I used, but I've been practicing using the Spectrum Noir markers that I got, and I got a DVD, and it came with some printouts, and this is one of them. And what you do to start with is you practice doing a smooth blend, where you just take your marker and you fill in each one of these and you get a nice even coating. After you've practiced that, you move on to adding dimension, and you'll add dimension to a sphere, a cylinder, and a triangle. And for the sphere, you're going to fill the whole thing with your lightest color. You'll take your darkest color around the outside, then your medium color to blend the dark into the medium, and then you go into the center with your lightest again. For the cylinder, which is what this flower pot is on my card, you do it a little bit differently. You're going to, of course, put down your lightest color, then you'll come in with the darkest, and you'll do one side, complete it, and then the other, because you want to have your lightest part in the center. So then you'll come in with your darkest, your medium, and then your lightest again, and you can see that's what I've done here. And then for your triangle, that's pretty much the same thing. You do your light and your dark, and then your medium and your light again, but it shows you where to add the color on different shaped objects. Then the direction of light. What I did for my flower pot is I was assuming the light was coming from the front, which you can see here. That's where the lightest part is. But then you would do shading if the light was coming from the left or if the light was coming from the right. And I haven't gotten to these yet, but I've done the smooth blend, the adding dimension, and the light from the front. So that's what I've done on my flower pot and my flower. But I'm going to show you today how I colored this flower pot. And I'm going to get the markers out that I used. For my lightest color, I used GB5. And the colors aren't really what you see on the end here, because you can see that looks yellow, but it's in fact a kind of a terracotta color. So I've got GB5, OR1, and TN7. And even though I've got the 72-piece set, I still don't have all three colors in some of the markers, but I will be getting those. So I've got GB5 for my lightest, OR1 for my medium, and TN7 for my darkest. We're going to take the GB5 and go ahead, and we're just going to do the bottom of the flower pot. And you can use the, I forget what you call this nib. This end is the chisel, and a bullet nib, that's what it is. You can use your chisel end or your bullet nib to go ahead and fill this in. It's probably quicker with the chisel, but when I get around the edges, I go out of the lines. Now I'm going to fussy cut this, so it probably wouldn't matter. But you want to saturate this and get it nice and wet, because it's easier to blend alcohol markers if you've got a wet area first. Okay, that's our lightest. Now we're going to take our darkest, which is TN7, and we're going to go down just one side. And you can kind of flick it in or just go back and forth like this and get that color in there. And while it's still wet, we're going to take the medium, OR1, and we're not going to go back over the dark part. We're going to go just here on this edge and start blending that. And you can do circles or however you want, but you just want to keep going over this until you blend it. And it'll look like it's not going to blend, but it will. When you get enough color on there, it blends nicely. And you can always go back and add more color if you need to, of any of the three that you're using. Now you can see that started to blend. Now I'm going to take my lightest again, which is the GB5, and we're going to go along the edge of the medium and blend that. It did take me a little while to do this flower pot. Now, I don't think that's blended well enough, so I'm going to take my medium and go back in and blend that some more. And you can see on the one I've already done. But it's all nice and saturated and wet now, so it's going to blend. And then we'll take the light one again, GB5. So you can see how that is starting to look like this. Now we're going to do the other side. We've already got our lightest, GB5, on there, so we're going to take the dark one again, the TN7, and we're going to go down that edge. Then the OR1, our medium shade, and just go along that edge and keep blending. And then we'll go back to our light, GB5, and blend along the edge of that medium. And we'll go on over and blend in on the other side. Now I think I need to blend my medium a little bit more, maybe add a little bit more of the TN7, because I didn't get it out quite as much as I did on the other side. So we're adding some more of our darkest. Going to go back with our medium. But you can see how easy this is, guys. Just to add some dimension. And when your light source is coming from the front, it's real easy. And then we'll go back and blend that with our lightest, our GB5. Well, I'm not going to do the whole top. I just wanted you to see how I came up with that flower pot. So there we go, guys. That is very simple, and I think it's a really good idea too when you're stamping something. Stamp it on a bigger piece, and if you can, over here on the side, put some of the color down and write the name beside it, just in case you want to keep this for reference for later. Or if you're going along and you're thinking, okay, which one was my light and which one was my medium? It helps you, especially if you've got a lot of colors lined up. So that's how I got my flower pot colored. I'm having a great time with these markers, guys. But I will let you go now, and I will see you back here to make this card, and we'll color the flower and the stem and the leaves and get it all put together in the next video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye now.